It's Agent Fox, aka Raziera, back with more Outer Worlds 2. Let me continue where I left off. Today we're investigating this Iranian facility. Nope. We need to go a different direction. I think, yes, different direction. Different direction.
And may the plan guide you.
Always account for standard deviation.
Yeah, there are access 1. Remember, I is imaginary.
I like that Alva. Granted, she's most likely lying through her teeth, but at least she's interesting.
Respecting one's elders is considered good manners in most colonies. Exceptions may be made for violent offenders.
Yes. Suppose you'll do.
Okay. We got a save game here. Just to be sure. No! Okay. Let's see how... And a 1, 2, 3. Ah! Okay. No! I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Okay, that's... There we go. Let's make a lucky guess. Let's see who's gonna leak. Why? It's actively frustrating how they.
May all your endeavors add to the equation.
It's kind of actively frustrating how they intentionally go out of the way to make this.
Why, we were just talking about you.
Or specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation, downstream outcomes, and such and the like.
You know how the Order is, always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
Some are out of the coordinates for the launch, and they had the clearance to cause the leak.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take, except perhaps to throw blame elsewhere.
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. And yes, why would I reroute coordinate commands away from here?
You sound like you're drawing a conclusion.
I'm sufficiently certain our proctor is conspiring with an outside party. So I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill her.
Yes! Now this is definitely taking a turn more to my liking.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you dears to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svoboda needs to pay for her actions.
Yeah, she does. The evidence didn't prove she was guilty, and you clearly aren't telling us everything.
Yes, I concur. That may be the only part of this that seems certain. You are far more capable than some back-manufacturing button pusher. Who are you, really?
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name's not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
That group was just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one they called the Endpoint.
I didn't really follow that. Is that a good
I
thing?
must admit, I'm not entirely sure. The rumors about your department. They said anyone who might delay the equation being solved disappeared. If there are any hints of truth to that, I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency with humanity.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid.
You've been lying for years. Why should I listen to you now?
Perhaps you shouldn't. My earlier endeavors were often disconcerting. But the truth remains. Whatever is happening here, I'm not involved. I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment. More than that, I have nothing to speak on at present.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. It's all much to digest. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svoboda.
Oh, yeah? So do I. I haven't seen enough proof to determine who is guilty or innocent here.
It's sweet that you think you can stop me, but I'll elucidate this for you. At this point, you'll either need to trust me or back that worm Svoboda. That ridiculous little functionary upended my existence. For 20 years, I was Alva. It wasn't a good life I had here, but it was quiet. It was mine. It wasn't hers to take.
This would mean standing against a member of the Order. A mid-ranking one, at that.
I face I forced the proctor to reveal who she's working with or without help.
I cannot be party to this, but neither shall I stand in your way.
A wise calculation, my friend. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here.
Always have to save lives. Is there anything else?
Svoboda has much to answer for. Let's go see that she does.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it?
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything. Before you die.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation.
Definitively determined, maybe. Bit of a stretch.
I don't know what you found, but any so-called evidence was likely laid there for someone to discover. By a party with years spent in hiding. This is all nothing more than a flagrant example of artifice and bunco. An elaborate song and dance from an admitted imposter.
Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
No, wait,
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business.
That's that. They thought about what to do.
Let's search her office. Someone clearly was pulling her strings.
Updating threat assessment of Marisol Delgado to Hi.
Access, oversight, control. If I talk to this one. Complete commence. Abbott Newell, such a master. Process of, as you know, I value your scouting concerns for. Since I was lying to put in the following question. I have one close friend. Diligent business Flynn, who's going to increase the area. To actually advise, should I want to knock sense on down emotion? Besides that, what your counsel, Abbott Newell.
The terminal unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look. Used to be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors.
Miss Iranium Ray. Not identified. From satellite, your orders. The attack on the vessel is meant to actifying between Ox's choice and the order. Instead, as long as one invested in bush localities and their special plans, it's instead of error on your part, and I expected better. Perhaps I shouldn't trust this test to Vina from the start. Or the direct or their directed engines fires the light back to us, and the further and further not severe consequences. In light of recent setbacks, devices conclude that we have pursued continues with the A467. And first, a time of predetermining.
The Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme.
Yes, I'm pursuing the head of the conspiracy, Augustine de Vries.
Ah, of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here.
You alright?
This whole affair reminded me of the old days. The blood, the secrecy, the calculations and intrigue. Been trying to tell myself I didn't miss it. But in action, I fear, ill suits me. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your efforts as well. I propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say?
Now, someone like you with mysterious unfinished business, how can I say no?
Good. It's a little crowded here, though, isn't it?
Well, let's catch up later.
Affirmative. Engaging standby protocols.
Excellent. Well then, I am...
Recruited all companions.
My fellow loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
Swear I can't lie low for 20 years without everything in the order falling apart. Well, suppose we better... We better head to the monastery now, yes?
Agent Ensara, large plasma charge. Small plasma shard. Oh. I don't need 2 light revolvers. Is there a modulator? Da, da, da. Just gotta. Gotta. Keep. Keep. Bring things down. Just keep bringing things down. Long rounds. There we go. Let's see. Let's get back to you.
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here.
Understood, then I understand now.
Well, regardless, I recognize you've done right by us here today, and I appreciate your efforts.
let's. Well. That. Oh. Never mind. We.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was? The paradigm is a self-centered derivative
Grand Architect! First an attack on the monastery and now the lift code's not working? Am I misremembering it? No. Unless... Wild to know this, I'm sure. Agent, oh thank good odds and high probabilities you're back. There's been an incident. A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My Seer Wiley is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift.
I got some bad news for you. Your Seer's not a victim. He organized the whole thing.
No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken.
I saw the transmission myself. The Seer wasn't under duress. He's working with DeVries.
If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? Align himself against the Order? Against a friend?
You know, Wiley had good reasons to turn traitor. Your sabotage his advancement.
That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing?
I've got you dead to rights on this. Your playing does only make you mad.
You seem to be under the mistaken assumption that the Earth Directorate has any true authority here. I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear before, the monastery is currently in jeopardy.
The conspirators are trying to stop some peace talks. Do you know anything about that?
Peace talks? Yes, Ruth informed me, but how did you learn of them? No one outside a select circle are supposed to be aware they're happening.
The how isn't important. Just tell me what you know.
Representatives of Auntie's Choice and the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war.
Shorten?
I know I mentioned it
Not
before,
stop?
but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. I wish I could offer more details than that.
No time to lose then. Hang up there.
But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways.
Agreed. It's probably safer if you stay here. No, no one asked you to come.
How grand! Then we are already in alignment. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated there. Go forth as was determined, and may the...
Farewell.
I've always wanted to fight a mathematician.
Call lift. And put this here so go.
Are you sure that rope can support us?
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than our combined weight. Probably.
Wait, look! Someone just came up via the lift. It must be unlocked.
Are you? They're not. They're non-threats. Da, 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 da.
Roger always said he wanted it. Hey, body's not even cold yet. Show a little respect.
Huh. That's good programming.
Seer Wiley said I wasn't on his list and let me go. He must have predicted I wouldn't fight back. I don't understand. Where's the abbot? Why isn't he doing something?
Door's barred shut. Let's see.
That's all bluster. We're an unpredicted variable in his equations, and he knows it.
We are that catalyst, setting into motion the future most aligned with the plan. Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time for ideation is concluded. Now is the time for execution. Those outside the Order, and some simpletons within it, claim that all things happen for a reason. But the wise among us know that
That device may be the deciding factor in whether you live or die.
Investigating hostile intentions. Standing by to stupefy.
Those junction boxes look familiar. The N-ray scanner should show how they're wired.
Anchor hold.
Found another one. Sharp enough. Damn it.
Whoever wired this should be behind me. Then force a reset. More straightforward manner. Torpificator at ready status.
Displaying customary intimidation with adversary. Readying
Circuit breakers will control the battles in the church courtyard. The wine guard. The complaint. This is sloppy. The barbarians. Half. It's pressure. This is a later guy. Almost got some compartment. What?
Architect's perspiring brow. If you try to cite the fourth pillar to me one more time, scientific advancement should not come at the cost of the grace and dignity of innocent lives. That is all I am saying.
Glacier Regalis on the other side.
Armed conflicts are not the inevitability you are making them out to be, Anya, but rather the result of a populace failing to adhere to scientism's stoic imperative.
Oh, and I suppose we're going to pretend the second pillar doesn't exist?
I must have just imagined reading Alfred Long's 75 thesis on determinism then.
Anchorites, be warned. Any conversation with these two may prove pedantic.
Long's simplified thesis uses an outdated model, actually. It's less reliable than you suppose.
I'm aware of the errors of his methodology, but Long's overall opinion is still... Wait, why am I arguing with you about this?
Actually, an outside opinion might be useful at this juncture. Our current topic is whether war is ever justified. For the sake of time, please keep your answer brief.
Like, that's a... Is war ever justified? So, like... Well, let's figure out, like, the worst possible scenario. Because if war isn't justified even in the worst possible scenario, then you don't need war, right? But there's even one scenario where war is justified. That's like the one thing that proves that war is always wrong. Because it's like, if there's an exception that proves to the rule, that just means this is... So we just have to find that exception, whether that exists. So what is that exception? Well, we can say, like, the rule is that war is bad, right? War is always bad. That makes sense. That war is bad. Generally, don't do it. But But is there a time where to go to war? Well, let's see. Well, let's say... Well, someone declares war on you. Can you really, like... just try to negotiate more? Like... how do you fight a... Like, sure, a defensive war sucks, but you can't really protect people by... But can you really, like, protect people by just, like, saying, no, I won't fight this war? Like the other side won't just... if the other side already, like, is, like... going, we're mobilizing our forces and sending our troops to fight you. Like, you could maybe order people to stop, to just not fight back, to surrender. Like, that's the only peaceful way out. But then you're like putting your lives in the hands of the people who are willing to go to war and that are willing to use force, and you're letting them occupy your nation, and such and so on, which in itself is a problem, right? Because it's like, do you weigh out the suffering, and can you really get rid of that occupation peacefully, right? Because maybe you can peacefully secede if given enough time, but it just seems like you're drawing out the suffering if you can, like, fight the war and push them out. Like, it's just kicking the problem down the road. And another worst case scenario is, like, if you say another nation has, like, has a tyrannical ruler, treating people like dirt, doing various horrible stuff. And you have the power to stop this person. But you won't be able to do it without like force, right? Like can you really talk that person down? Is it worth talking them down? And we're assuming human people here. Like, can you really, can you really solve that without some form of armed force? Because even if it's just a civil war where you're making the populace rise up against that that tyrant, that's still war, right? That still ruins people's lives. It's like any violence, any of you trying to make it a short war, it's still war. So it's to make sure, for war to not be necessary, you have to for war to always truly be wrong, you have to figure out solutions to things that don't involve violence, to things that really that are hard to say can't be solved without violence. You get me? Because it's do you philosophically, sure, philosophically speaking, peace is the way to go. It's just that the universe doesn't really care for philosophy. There's physical realities we have to consider. And sometimes the best way through is not necessarily the one that you can do in a white room setting. Because in a white room setting, you can always just adjust things and come up with a theoretically optimal solution. But that optimal solution won't always exist. You can and to get to the point where you could make an optimal society or whatever, where you can just talk everything out, you might have to fight to get to that. It's it's a really sure, we want to get rid of war. It would be good. But can you? Can you is the don't get me wrong. It's never a good thing. War is never a good thing. But it's but sometimes it's the only thing in very, very, in, to be fair, very, very certain scenarios. You can't, this is not an everyday thing. This is not something you do every day. If you could prevent war and solve whatever problems leading to war, you do that. But you might not always get that chance. And I don't believe in any solution ever being perfectly solved. It sucks, but you can't presume that any solution you have has a perfect solution. You can't presume that everything has a good solution. You can't or that everything can be solved the same way. That's just not a thing I can believe in, because sure, you can have your principles, and those principles, sure, they might they're good principles. I'm not faulting anyone for having those principles. But but whether we can live up to those principles isn't a guaranteed thing. And I don't fault anyone if they can't. You know, it's like I don't like if I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm just biased because I'm playing a game that itself allows for violence as a solution and kind of needs violence as a solution in much of its gameplay. I play many action games, so I'm not an unbiased perspective here. And to be fair, a pacifist who wouldn't play this game, they probably have their own biases and they probably have their own perspective and such on it. So really, this question is kind of biased in that anyone who plays this is probably biased to this perspective. So it's like, can we really answer this honestly and objectively? No, we can't. But ultimately, from my perspective, there are cases I can think of where war might be necessary. It might not. I may not be happy about it, but it's probably necessary to make sure a greater evil from taking place. And there's probably real world examples one could point to. Because I'm not presuming an absolute peace solutions are possible. Like, I would if a pacifist comes along and proves us all wrong, proves a lot of things about humanity wrong, and shows us how to do this all without war, I will applaud. I will clap. I will go, okay, I'll give it up to them. But until then, I'm picking one.
And how do you predetermine the harm of action against the harm of inaction?
We make those estimates all the time. That's the whole reason we employ seers.
We're going in circles again. If only we had access to the materials you requested, perhaps we could settle this debate.
I'd be happy to help you out. What materials do you need and where we find them?
The book Only Real Numbers, The Casualties of Appeasement by Exemplar Kwong. Second edition, not the first. That's important.
And I require Archivist Mahler's dissertation on de-escalation theory. You should be. I'd also caution against borrowing additional titles. The scribes are absolute fusspots when their work goes missing.
Actually, I'm in need of a book on Agent Ensara's on their wiring. Do you have one? What's how this whole debate started? Is there more involvement in war?
Seer Wiley put the question to us last week. Naturally, the problem of interference versus non-interference led us to a broader discussion of war's overall necessity. Oddly, he has not returned for his solution, which is just as well since we remain divided on an answer, though I'm confident we'll get there.
Riley staged a coup. He's taking out the monster through force.
For him. About time someone put theory into application.
Wiley is among our most gifted and dedicated seers. Whatever actions he's taken must be in service of the plan. I do hope no one's been hurt, though.
I've got some bad news for you on the front.
That is distressing to hear. But as we in the Order like to say, the plan actuates by deliberate means. Let us hope this conflict resolves itself soon. You're in luck. I just finished my third reread of it. Chapter 47 is a real treat. When we're finished speaking, I'll put it in the collection drawer. But do take care with it, especially around the bath. We lose more good books that way.
You're listening knowledgeable. Any chance I'm going to DeVries can't throw you advice?
Sure. for provocative hypotheticals. Asked a lot more interesting questions than we normally get. I will add it has been some time since we last saw her. Not since before the schism, in fact. Why do you ask?
She's a danger to Arcadia. Did she get any indication of her future plans?
Augustine was obsessed with the rift. She wanted to know all the potential routes the Order might take to deal with it. We explained that the rift is an aberration of the plan's natural order, corrupting time and space and creating uncertainty. Consequently, all efforts should be made to close it.
Apologies, but gossip doesn't fall under our purview. We've secluded ourselves here to avoid such distractions. So I would thank you to exclude us from any... Much appreciated.
So the anchor is attached. Let's find those books. Oh.
But the wise among us know that nothing
Oh. Oh. Not that door. Apparently.
and some simpletons within it claim that all things happen for a reason.
Did it. That sucker. Oh, dormitory. Barred shut.
Any moment. Now do as Sir Wiley said and hold position.
I'll handle this.
The plan will be terminated.
Prime is any number in the set N2 that is not itself a product of two other numbers in the same definition. Elegant, even uplifting, almost ascendant
that need registering anyhow. This monastery's too big for the staff we've got. And it sure seems like the scienticians and theorists here ain't fixated on keeping neat. I might just be a novice, but at 73 years of age, I have enough self-respect that I shouldn't be picking up another body's lavation towels. Still, ain't as bad as it was in Auntie's choice. But that don't mean it's good. I just ask you folks to remember that there's more of importance out here than just your numbers.
Nowhere near as interesting as the taxidermied cross-sections displaying their internal organs I made when I was a child.
Oh, god damn it. No. It's like...
Well, this is quite modest. Very simple and austere. Can hardly guess who lives here. Did the abbot take a vow of resplendency?
Tab new subject of Marison advisement. Not this again, as per my on the subject of the efficacy of Senior Wiley's projections, I recommend you take it out with him rather than confusing my terminals of prostate or personal agreements. Can you take a... Surprising the manufacturers, my utmost folks can suffer distractions. As we call like a creature during the dumbest get news. There's not actually it's not in Wiley's standard call of respect, rather Savada. Add new is finally tailor your current predictions and gain access to the archive. In that context, I do not know stands off confidential information. Initially, after there is really unrotated going to speak of you. The actions to send your card to ask that they them and in return was supposed to do without the paid order. So okay, I just understand this. You know, there's results presenting Bishop Bizarre. Which is your user new adjustments of control one based on the most field and control file. Good job. Alright, the thesis. Damn it.
with the primitive minds of Auntie's choice. This must be prevented, whatever the cost, or humanity's ascendance will be forestalled by centuries, if not millennia. The blood spilled today is merely correctional. Stamped onto a test of order aptitude.
It's got the base on key punch. It contains another variant shows. It's sent to cloister. Huh.
The stalwart agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
As if we'd fall for their stalling tactics just to watch these poor fools die slowly and horribly, mangled like punch cards. What were we talking about again?
Stall tattoo now we can't kill him.
Definitely not. We should be the only.
Like the cut of your jib. Hard way it is then.
Raise high probability. Wiley dropped us here. He let some others go.
Normally I'd suggest picking the lock on that safe, but it looks to be rigged to that ridiculous puzzle up above. This must be the so-called puzzle they expect us to waste our time on. Looks like it was constructed by a child.
Receiving form. Progressing.
Stun weapon ready.
Scriptorium. Okay, this way. The Casualties of Peace from Second Edition. As a Quang. Space. Okay, that's one. General postings. Dissertations. Title. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Wait, which? I see. When did they find the time to set this up? That's what I want to know. Did the math literally tell them to set this weird, to set this up like this? Is this Ollie? Okay.
Seems we've effectively begun their puzzle. Idiots.
Oh, that's how this goes. Okay. Okay.
Look, they obviously meant for this to waste our time. Let's just find a way to kill the hostages so we can move on.
for us to just kill the hostages ourselves.
Sounds like there's rats in this knowledge. We see it on sea. On sea. On sea. Cool. Let's see. What was... It's somewhere here around here. Anger is just kind of spoke. Only realized the casual appeasement. It's turned into a circular sign. The social license. No. Let's see. Da da da. Is it up there? Aha! There we are. There's a distant cause maybe realized. And passionate going to discussing conflicts with made is the successful historical moves that use the nonviolent resistance. I guess that would be a... I guess that would be a good book to have, wouldn't it? Uh... I am not sure where I'm supposed to go. This place kinda twists back on itself. A lot. Answer no. Cancel the selection of material. 193 paradoxes to pointlessly postulate, certainly, with only necessary violence. Say no to 0.1 margins of error. Risk your lead. The only parallel into Larry pursuit in the restroom. Wait, which way are... This is a surprisingly... You can get a surprising amount of lost in here.
Have you acquired the scholarship we asked for?
Yes.
Wonderful. Excellent timing. We're nearly finished reviewing the materials you brought us. Oh, well now, this is unexpected. The arguments in this text seem to have highlighted a teleological flaw I fear my own argument shares. You too, huh?
So who's right?
Under certain conditions, de-escalation becomes impossible, leading to negative outcomes, including outright annihilation. An annihilated entity cannot advance the plan.
But maybe annihilation itself serves a purpose we're simply unaware of. You were right before. Participating in a war only produces an entropic feedback loop.
Gets it now. Going to war is sometimes an act of self-defense.
Maybe. Given your stance, you'll be wanting a weapon rather than armor, I'm sure. You can retreat. We appreciate your time. If you have a spare 4 hours, feel free.
It seems in the end... God damn it.
Hostilities are afoot. Recharge for mayhem.
Unfriendly company. They're fine.
Torpificator is charged. Shoot the enemy.
It's no more. Palm grease. I did not. Like jammer. Face reader. Okay. Okay, let's. So let's get into some things on perfect irony.
Proceeding to attack. Aggressor at hand. Wrist weapon prime.
God damn it! God. I said.
Extrapolating?
Ratcheting up my aggression.
God damn it!
Rooting out the anomaly.
Overprepared. Use single shot. Doesn't matter. You are good. If you only leave less for a short time, all your guns are now holding more ammo. Overprepared. Ah.
Oh, look! A room dedicated to the insignificance of human existence inside a temple dedicated to mathematically proving its pointlessness.
Goes to the goes to say why you should be maligned. You're as a villain, as 1% more beautiful. That's really true. Sounds good for every answer. Because I've done this one. Thank you. Personally, we might have to leave place on their darker series. No, show admire you from afar. Construction monastery's matriarch. This is a construction matriarch. Has a large science. This is a course of several lengthy months. Involving California must be a debate between the skies and direction. The Plants of Arcadia is a colorful family. There are some fans trying to spotlight the royal gleams in Arcadia's rays. Other remains alone, keen close to listening in the best times. Our Nyx is firmly in the latter category. Distant, dark, mysterious. It is too distant to inhabit from time to time on clear nights and with sufficient equipment. Below its penetrates its face. Its plants glowing during stands on our viewfinders is the most hard and hard, so we hard pressed to deny that beauty can be found at least expected places. Despite its familiar voting veneer, much of the fire grinding moon's known as Praetor. Tumultuous storms break its surface, sending force of blue lightning causes no kind of moon. Scatters landscape. The moon dwells perpetually in the shadow of Elysium, yet many nocturnal creatures and species light the having fungi flourish upon it. Perfect example of darkness and ingenuity in such inhospitable landscape. Many of the protector's factories thrown in Praetor. Surprising society would lunch our perfect worlds. Your goods have been made in Praetor, rest assured. They've been built to last. Elysium. Gentle giant Elysium. Despite your formal appearance, you bear more life than you think. Among your many moons, mystical compared to your immense glory, there lingers not just one, but a handful of places I should see are overturning the sky at night. Between these seven moons, your lustrous green hue, Israel, sounds the Elysium. The Elysium fields of yore. ADM 15 is yet to be found. Currently, they're supposed to be looking at an exoplanet with the next 132. That's unlocked. Turns on. Oh, bot. Promise I will return to search use. Once I done, I still in the fair sanctuary is getting boons and she'll find some place in this hall. Interesting. Ooh. Eden. The answer to solve the universal equation is doing so is the only way to achieve true perfection. Natural perfection, though rather impossible, is an extreme mathematic improbability. Nonetheless, when faced with the existence of Eden, it becomes harder to consider the probability of natural perfection. Eden is a veritable paradise, uninhabitable at first, and really some of new species and matter that seems also preordained. This emerald place is no doubt useful. This emerald place is no doubt a universal marvel. Gotta slow down. Recluse. The younger sibling of Arcadia's twin gas giants, Recluse orbits Elysium at a friendly distance. At hundreds of millions of light years past, we predict the two giants form a binary planet system, their relationship growing all the closer as a result. Despite its formidable size, Recluse is a special instrument of industrial practices, generally with every useful hydrogen and helium gas. Hydrogen this telescope, while maybe some of the universe could offer anything not evident in Arcadia, the hunger for knowledge is unquenchable. Thus, high focus tells us knowledge appears when available in Arcadia and worlds beyond. Nothing else, the universe beyond, knowledge reveals amiable mysteries to solve. Cloister. Of Arcadia's planets, cloisters are more than it seems, for it seems desolate, empty, and dead, but in reality it's more alive than anything else in Arcadia. Its layers of ice and Thorson are provided for the construction of the archive, the massive computer in solving of the universal equation. Jew. Dorado. Golden heart of Arcadia, moon of Elysium, we are as immaculate as your ironstone device are resplendent. Akin to your natural state, so original life is one of Jesus' great mysteries. Perhaps you were shaped by the architect's careful hands, or perhaps mathematics that led to the formation is simply unfavorable. Your name, Dorado, originates from the years ago luster of the ironstone deposit of the sheer ecological mineral gold mine you represent to many years of quiet habitation.
Clemens and Svoboda's killer arrives. So much of our plan ruined because of your meddling.
Like an unplanned variable?
Minimized casualties on both sides. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you.
Still got in here to try and stop you, didn't I?
You seem confused. Allow me to delineate on the totality of your failure. Saving the hostages delayed you just long enough for me to complete my work. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talks, but also the station's security protocols, giving Augustine control over its automechanicals. She has everything.
Why are you doing all this?
The Order has been dislocated from its ideals, becoming the opposite of all they espouse. De Vries and I are merely providing a necessary realignment.
All I hear is empty bluster from an amateur schemer whose only success so far is failing loudly at a sloppy plan. This slapdash takeover of yours is graceless and rushed and reeks of ineptitude and desperation. in my day, we did these things with considerable more efficiency and panache.
And who are you, exactly?
Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor, Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
The end point. No. The improbability of you interrupting my plans at this singular moment beggars belief.
Our aims are so similar, I'd almost consider joining you. Had you not proven yourself such bumbling fools, dragging me into your mess. Consider how much uncertainty has been introduced into your equations. Can you have any confidence in your predictions at this point?
Yeah, Marisol's right. Being the Abbot has no longer has faith in you.
What in the Architect's computational summary are you on about?
I felt so. No tournament is on the other when you report light.
This proves nothing. Except your willingness to trespass into other people's correspondence. And Joseph's inability to express himself clearly in the written form.
I spent the walls of the brains and I caught me behind my back.
That's the difference between you and me. I am an intellectual. You are just a brute with a gun.
Is that... So I can convince you to stand down.
Conceive of a
Only the vainly short-sighted.
However, as a matter of professional curiosity, let's entertain the hypothetical. I stand down. Then what?
You're the one who can predict the future. That's for Abbot Newell to decide.
I'd reach. No more talking, Agent.
Enemy spotted.
Fuck.
Replenishing.
have grown worried. I have not received word from Archivist Clemens in some time, and I imagine you would have relayed any pertinent information by now. I fear this bodes ill. Without him, our only option is a direct assault. A risky proposition, to be sure. The last thing any of us want is for our plan to spiral out of control. And so it falls on you to seize back that control. Use the methods we discussed to take command of the monastery. When it is done, I will send further instruction. You have my trust. See that it is not misplaced. I'm much obliged for your tireless work. With this knowledge of Greater Tranquility Substation and its security codes, our plans for the peace talks can finally be spurred into motion. However, without Archivist Clemens and his explosives at our disposal, though the codes will allow me control of the automechs on the station, we'd best accept now that more lives may be lost than previously assumed. Yet we must act I have grown worried. I fear this. The last thing any of use the method. However, though the code, yet we must.
Reason. Whatever your plan, please consider. I know you have reasons. Probably feel like guns. You're like, is this all? But look at what you've done, Augustine. Is all this carnage worth it? You're good at which one's the best. Stop before it's confirm. That's a cinch. Let's I'm going to be right back. I have to go to the bathroom. Back.
We should get ourselves to those peace talks post-haste, Commander. Wouldn't want to miss out on any of the mayhem and carnage.
Da-da-da.
Agent, over here. I assume you had a chance to speak with Landon. That is, Seer Wiley.
I couldn't even stand down, sorry.
I appreciate the sentiment, but there is now ample evidence disproving that fact. The truth is, I held Wiley back. I kept him from advancing for my own selfish gains by spreading lies and false concern over his competence behind his back. If I had not thwarted his ambitions... No. Those hypotheticals are best considered in private, I think.
The bright side, look at those sausages I saved.
Yes. Better to focus on our gains than our losses. My colleague's survival is something worth celebrating. I won't keep you. Thank you for your assistance in reclaiming the monastery. You are welcome to collect the experimental weapon back inside the observatory, the Oracle. It was land. May all your future endeavors proceed.
I don't know what you're complaining of. We emerged totally unscathed.
I estimate I'm 43.11% scathed.
Then increment your bravery index.
At least it was a clean dissection. Roger would appreciate that, I think.
So there's some, like... experimental weapon we could have? Some experimental weapon that... Hold on, like... Okay, yeah, but where do I find it? I have no idea where I'm going.
Not to worry, I can manage matters from
God damn it! I want the weapon. Nothing else matters right now. I want the weapon. Oh! There it is. Pick up the Oracle. Protection optics. No tomorrow, today. Expand with the tons of the Oracle. Getting this was here landed. Okay. Your Predicto gun. Your weird Predicto gun. Where's the long rounds? The Predicto rifle. Start mission briefing. That's a very good experience. LSA's novices. Novices saved. Auto hacker 45,000.
Best we start discussing strategy, Commander.
The information collected on the peace talks has been verified, Commander. As time is a factor, this unit suggests heading to Greater Tranquility Station as soon as you are able.
If we ain't keen on courting complete chaos, we'll need a plan. A solid one.
Bullet could solve a lot of problems. Provided we can reach DeVries before she enacts her plan to kill the delegates.
Well, it's not costing the... Really? Instead, there isn't calling the deaths a million.
Death. And not the fun kind.
Records indicate Greater Tranquility is a derelict station. Consequently, the ideal route to reach the main chamber for the peace talks will be through its underbelly. Be advised, in the absence of Victor, status deceased, and his explosives, Agent DeVries and her team will be committed to a frontal assault. Due to delays incurred while saving the Order hostages, DeVries also has the codes to control the station's security automechanicals, and will assuredly deploy them against you, Commander.
We'll go nice and slow. Well, no, that's no match for...
Or, and this is just a suggestion.
Additionally, per the Earth Directorate Manual, when lacking equivalent combat forces, determination and vast amounts of ammunition may make up the difference.
You know where I stand. This war's taken too many good...
I'm coming with you. Who better to make DeVries pay for Horizon Point than a pair of her own phantoms?
Of course I'll have you. As much as mine, Isles, of course I'll have you.
Good. Would have been a shame if DeVries was the reason for us falling out too.
Confirming coordinates for Greater Tranquility Station.
Okay, then.
Careful now. Oh, you sure haven't lost any of your boundless energy?
The hostages went home safe. We'll see if those at the peace talks make it back fine as well. May all our...
Very well.
Observational data is important, but I hate seeing these rifts so close.
Good evening. On behalf of everyone in Auntie's family, I want to thank our hosts for securing this negotiations for peace. With tensions being patched in Golden Ridge, I am certain we can both profit from a merger. But surely the good Vicar Laureate and his fellow shareholders have some thoughts?
Madam Vice President,
Be still, Carter. But don't let this interloper out of your sight. It's you, is it not? The one Agent DeVries warned me to expect? Well, see here. If you intend to stop me, you're far too late.
She warned you about installing at the door?
I certainly don't wish it.
This one's a potential font of useful info.
You'll do no such, and even if by some low chance you could extract my knowledge, you'll never truly understand. If our deaths by Agent DeVries and our comrades the time they need, so be it.
If it ain't your interest to waste your time to talk, killing you are slow me.
You're mistaken if you think we'd make it easy for you. We're tricked, but it doesn't matter what you do. The rest of our team is pushing forward. Agent DeVries is right. The only way to save us from destruction is to save the Order from itself.
I love it.
What's that on the monitor over there? Could be important.
Unfortunately, this. I had to.
We need to find a...
Gluttony. Food for you says earlier.
Find us a fuse to get this whole thing operational again.
If the Protectorate's own leader... He and his ilk won't anticipate an alliance.
He's not my sovereign.
Yes, right. Well, landing a strike against the Protectorate in this state will be something like wrangling a galloping breadworm.
I am unfamiliar, but I presume that to mean it will be without exertion. If so, then you are perhaps even more ignorant of Arcadia than I calculated. The Sovereign, guide him, is as ineffective as you've suggested, but his advisor, the Consul, is not. These executions, these impulsive attacks, are solely his influence.
Your previous sovereign was rather if your own history looks odd to even blood, you would act like the clouded rod emerged from nowhere.
I think perhaps say the same for you and your reputation for putting profits over people. But instead, I suggest we pivot our discussion back to the real matter at hand.
Damn. DeVries' team must have gotten to these mechs first. I don't favor fighting on two fronts, but it's not looking like we have another choice.
Resorting to violence.
on Paradise Island. We may have no physical presence there, but we are ever watchful. Our
Fuck.
says that matters have been delicate.
Yes, but things have taken somewhat of a turn. The Protectorate destroyed their own relay out of madness. We have seen little resistance to our residents.
Well, we welcome the news of your advances. However, it is worrisome that it took the assistance of a freelancer for you to finally secure your hold. Worrisome indeed.
This is like what we're gonna toss. Oh fuck! That's actually relevant? Uh
Let us turn our attentions once more to Golden Ridge. I am grateful we could come to a hold after that unfortunate attack on Outpost Opportunity, but many questions remain.
Of course. Allow me to offer a bit of data then. The true culprit of the attack was a proctor named Raziera. My brave colleague Commander Alex promptly executed her.
So the Order is capable of decisive action. I had doubts after hearing about your monastery. Even though the hostages yet live, this crime happened under your purview.
I would remind you that these innocents survived because of our quick and accurate analysis of the situation. I do not appreciate insinuations that we allow chaos to run rampant on our watch. Chances are high that any erratic behavior is a result of your people's meddling in our affairs.
Ridiculous. Next you'll be claiming words of Raziera for the mere prediction of our unrivaled cases are
okay.
According to my analysis prior to this meeting, enough
Machine. Okay. Kit to apply the biomass converter weapon mod. Machine pistol explosive.
exists between our parties to suggest a high chance of success should a treaty or alliance be agreed upon.
treaty, as in a contract. Goodness, there's no need to rush into such formalities, Vicar. Especially when so much has yet to be discussed.
From Proas Iglesias, important announcement. We're taking the congregation process, integration, name. To say I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here, but okay.
starting to get an eerie feeling, like someone's got their lamps on us.
Ooh, plasma cutter. Mechanical control. What's that? We can at least do it for several.
Ratcheting up my aggression.
You'll go no further, infidel. This next shot won't miss.
Really? Ooh, you want me? Water! Oh. Water!
Investigating.
DeVries is on the 3rd floor. I don't like the elevator as a means up there, but seems we have little choice.
Broadcast records. Some of this. So I was trying to address. Location of Vox Initiative. Subject reflection on progress.
I suppose we can entertain a tentative agreement. I hereby agree that both of our parties will lay down their arms. For now.
I am pleased to hear it. There is no need for senseless bloodshed when we may yet come to an accord.
I remind you that a contract signing may still be a ways off, but we might consider the hierarchy between our parties should we wish to proceed with an alliance.
No, we wouldn't want any unseemly quabbles over power. Especially when presiding bishop Ruth Bassar already possesses the foresight necessary to lead a colony and better its people.
Foresight does not win wars. A military's might does. Our very own Officer Carr has proven that, exploiting weaknesses in the Protectorate to great effect. Do you have
Law, there they are. Right out in the open. Best speed this up. We can't have got Law before DeVries goes through with his plan.
Knowledge here, but Arcadian matters are best suited for Arcadians. We actively collect data to understand how to serve our people, after all. Look no further than the abbot, who welcomed refugees to Matriarch's mercy.
You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander.
It's over, Augustine. Nowhere left to run. No more lies you can peddle or people you can burn. Your rewards come due.
Ibarra, I was unaware of your survival until recently. Believe it or not, I was happy you survived. But to see you still seeking solace in the Commander's shadow is disappointing. You could have done anything with your life. Shrugged off the bad memories. But now you're both here to meddle. Law knows why.
Don't you get our message from the monastery? Oh, hardly. Our arrival was hard. It's a surprise. But just so, we need to talk about what you're doing here.
Certainly. And then I'll brew us some tea and we can gossip about the latest pitchball matches. Do you think me an idiot? I've no interest in continuing this little reunion. What happened in Horizon Point, well, I had no choice but to do as I did. And I'm prepared to do the same again. These delegates you came to save, I'm killing them both, and any hope for peace will die along with them. This is the only way if we hope to close the rifts before it's too late.
Nobody. Oh, bye. Nobody needs to die. Nobody needs to die here.
Do you now fancy yourself a hero? Just because you saved the hostages in the monastery and gave me a slight advantage? An easy choice compared to the one I was forced to make. It was the Seers who came to me back then. They showed me their data, proving that the Protectorate's rift experiments would lead to our galaxy's destruction. I didn't want to believe them. But as more and more of their...
That's... Law! Augustine, you could have told us what you were planning instead of letting us blunder into a trap.
No, I couldn't have. Had I deviated from the plan even the slightest amount, it could have jeopardized everything. I had to avert a far worse disaster. By any means.
Yes, that's right. You didn't even try to bring us on your plan.
You were an unwelcome variable. Prior knowledge could have changed your actions, and the Seers had predicted that you and your team would perish in the process regardless. I tried to put it out of mind when you and I first spoke. I had to focus. But all I could think of was the cost I was being asked to pay to ensure the mission's success. And I forced myself...
Okay, so you're just wrong. So they're just wrong.
I trusted that with Horizon Point's destruction, humanity might be saved, but it wasn't. It was only the start. I must
finish what I started.
So Seer ordered you to kill us. You obeyed like a good little canid. No, I'm... The colony's at war and a giant rift in front. So he ordered you to kill us.
That's not what happened. Your presence disrupted their equation and the
And they're wrong!
Failure. And I didn't kill any of you. I simply did not interfere.
Sure you ain't kin to Auntie Cleo? Because you sure as hell know how to pass the buck.
Whatever you think of me, it wasn't so simple to sit back and listen as they met their ends. Every instinct I had was yearning to act, but I could not.
That's still killing us. That's just, you're just too cowed to pull the trigger yourself.
I know the distinction matters not to you, but it does to me. And what happened there forced me to search for a way to stop the rifts. To stop the thoughts that plagued me. And I learned of a prototype rift modulator in a lab on Praetor. I brought down the Earth Directorate satellite for its rift data. These are the keys to controlling the rifts. I know it. The Order alone should have this power. They can be trusted to close the rifts. But if they share this knowledge with Auntie's choice, the entire galaxy's existence will be at risk. You know who these corporatists are, how they deal with their competitors. Imagine now how a war spurred by greed might be won, when fought with rifts instead of guns. You see? The Order must not sacrifice their principles for a childish attempt at peace. If they don't complete the mission they started, everything I have done will have counted for nothing.
Enough! Just enough, Augustine. I can't listen to any more of these excuses. I've got all the answers I needed, Commander. She's gone over the threshold and ain't no bringing her back. Best we make this quick, before she can hurt
You think you have it in you to pull the trigger, Ibarra?
Had 10 years to practice. Give the order, Commander.
Don't tell me what to do.
I know you well enough by now to know that even trying would be like yelling at a heat sink to cool it. How many times do you need a snake to bite you to realize its nature? She's shown us who she is, Commander.
We all want the same thing here. Stop.
Right now.
Same thing here to stop this to say.
Wrestling fire here. You know that, right?
It doesn't matter. Nothing you can say to me will change the issue at hand. If I'm to give the Order the means to close the rifts, the peace talks must end. 2 dead delegates? That's a fair price to pay. We've paid worse.
About the Order. You just haven't considered it yet.
Is that so? Please then, enlighten me on how you might save the Order from itself.
You're only relying. Death won't stop anything. Negotiations are on the right path.
Even if the circumstances for peace, if I can do anything to put, but even if what you say is true, there's no undoing. This mission is all I have.
Not true. Your friend Vassal believes in you. She's.
My plans, Commander.
That you deserve a second chance.
Savannah. I was never a good friend to her, even when she was all I had. Sometimes I thought her a fool for putting such faith in me. No, it doesn't matter. You've made it clear you despise me for what I've done to you, to your crew. Now you wish to convince me that you want me to live?
I believe you can do yourself, make yourself right, things right again.
Do you actually? I want nothing more than that. I see now that my judgment has been compromised. So we will do this. I've recovered a cartridge from the Earth Directorate satellite I brought down. It's here, with me, and it contains the rift data gathered from every system they monitor. If you process this data, you can use it to improve the prototype rift modulator on Praetor. Once that's finished, the rifts can finally be closed. Everyone will be saved.
Why do you trust me with this?
Because, whether you believe it or not, you are the picture of an Earth Directorate agent. Competent, resourceful, tenacious.
Thanks. I try to do my best. I guess Cutthroat can have dangerous on the other side, right?
We're skilled at cutting through the chaff, Commander. It's part of what makes you so effective. As for me, I've reached the limit of what I can do here. But there's also a high priority message from the Chief of Ops on there. I was unable to decrypt it, but you certainly have. It may be 3 years old, but hopefully the information it contains is still relevant. Here, it's yours. May the numbers guide you, Commander. Wait, what in the void is that?
Ah, fuck. Well, I wasn't expecting this.
Not getting any smaller. Come on, Commander. Huff and puff it.
This is an urgent message for all Earth Directorate agents. The spatial rift situation has deteriorated significantly. The rifts threatening a majority of our colonies and our Earth Directorate bases, including this one, have entered their final stages. If you see a rift that looks like this, you are in grave danger. You have at most a matter of months before everything in your local system is destroyed. The seriousness of this situation cannot be overstated. Therefore, Directive Alpha Omega is hereby invoked. You are fully authorized to do everything in your power to find a way to close the rifts. Along with this message, the entirety of our rift data has been sent to your local surveillance satellite. Analyze this data. Law willing, you will find a way to unlock any secrets it has resisted yielding to us. The fate of humanity now depends on you.
Oh, no.
Receipt of emergency mission parameters update, including activation of Directive Alpha Omega. Commander is now released from any and all agent guidelines.
Recent guidelines. Oh, it's not that.
The full parameters are as follows. The agent has full authority to handle the mission in any manner they see fit. No exceptions. The extreme nature of stated emergencies supersedes any other considerations.
And about mission objectives?
I have also detected competing priorities in the new mission objectives. The surveillance data from the satellite confirms DeVries's assertion of a prototype modulator on Praetor that may be used to manipulate rifts. Acquisition is required to be able to bypass any new or existing miniature ground-level rift anomalies you may encounter. You are also tasked with finding a way to process the Earth Directorate rift data. The archive computer on Cloister would be best suited to this purpose.
That sounds tricky. Agent get an order or Auntie's choice?
Agents are permitted to cooperate with local governments and other both Auntie's Choice and the Order have previously controlled the archive. And maybe coincidentally, both delegates also escaped the station and have sent messages expressing gratitude. It seems they feel they owe you their lives and have asked to meet with you at their respective headquarters.
Destination. Nothing. Bye.
Returning to mission objectives. Do you have a preference for which to pursue first, Commander?
I'll have an easier time dealing with things to get the modulator from Praetor first.
Acknowledged. Due to the rift's expansion, both Cloister and Praetor show a high preponderance of miniature rifts. Proceed with caution. It is worth noting that the Order of the Ascendant is headquartered on Cloister. You have also received a message from Auntie's Choice. This unit can relay its contents now, should you wish. The message has also been sent to your private terminal.
Tell me what it says.
Greetings, morally gray potential contractor. You've been pre-selected for membership in Auntie's Choice Esteemed and Valuable Disposable Agent Program. Report on board the ACS Undisputed Claim for details on this exciting opportunity. Signed, Auntie Cleo. It appears you now have permission to visit Auntie's Choice headquarters aboard its flagship command.
Okay then.
Commander, word. What happened back there? We had her cornered, bullets chambered, justice within reach, and you just let her go? What am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to trust you the next time a tough choice has to be made?
Reassess your priorities, Agent. DeVries is nothing compared to that rift.
Dealing with the rift's important, but so is getting justice for our crew.
Is that? Maybe. You're entitled to your opinion by stammer.
Because law forbid you show remorse. I'm gonna need time to muddle through all this, so...
Well. This has been Raziera Plays Our Worlds 2, and this is Agent Fox signing off. Hope you enjoyed.